Okay, well, hello and welcome back, everybody, to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be doing the readings for you today. These are all our air signs. This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So the way I have these set up, everybody has 4 energy cards, with the exception of Libra because we got a extra one in there. But 4 energies, so it's energy 1 and energy 2. And so these cards represent either your inner duality, 2 different aspects of yourself, like your divine masculine and feminine aspects within yourself, or they could represent you and another person. Okay, either way, it goes. Okay, take it how it resonates. Um, and then I have 2 cards for the collective energy, right, of the sign, and an advice card, something to keep in mind. All right, and this is for, like I said, air signs. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It could be your sun, moon, rising sign. Definitely pay attention to your cusps if you're a cusp. And if you want to track your own divine masculine and feminine energies, you can look at your Mars and your Venus. Okay, so getting right into it with Gemini. Okay. So Gemini, the first energy that we're dealing with, we got child wounded and slave. Okay? And with this energy, the universe is pushing you to completely surrender, to trust it, opening up to like a path of forgiveness as an option, right? There has to be some kind of willingness to forgive, that being able to forgive and move on is an option. All right, not being stuck, not choosing to be stuck. That forgiveness to move forward is there. When you learn to forgive yourself for the choices you have made that hurt you, you'll begin to forgive others. Because you're gonna understand where you come from and why you do the things you do, and just that understanding alone, you're gonna kind of be able to see from another's perspective. Like, you might not know all the details, but you can kind of understand that for them to be the way they are, there must be a reason, no different than there's reasons why you are the way you are. Okay, so this is asking you, not to be afraid to trust your own choices. Everything happens for a reason. Don't be afraid to trust your own choices, whatever you choose. Okay? And you can't blame your present circumstance on a dysfunctional past or someone else's dysfunctional past, blaming that on your current circumstances in the present. Like, no more excuses. You know, you're holding on to pain because you're resisting forgiveness as an option. Okay, so this is the first energy or the first person, or one aspect of yourself. This is for Gemini. Okay. The other aspect that we're dealing with, or the other person, for Gemini, we got Angel and we got Pioneer. All right, now these cards, Angel and Pioneer, these cards have a passion, right? There's a passion for creating what hasn't been achieved before to them, which is like helping other people with no expectations in return. Like, how often do people do that? Like, to them, this is something they want to do. This is something they want to accomplish and succeed in, like really succeed in doing good to others without expectations, believing that people are inherently good, and leading by example, right? So this is the second energy within Gemini, or if you're dealing with a Gemini, there's a real deep aspect of this. This is true selflessness within compassion. You know, um, this person truly does feel best when they're giving to others and helping others. However, they also they doubt, right? They doubt their own sense of self and maybe feel like they're out of touch with their quote unquote higher sometimes, their higher self, or they're out of touch with, the universe or God or their angels or whoever they pray to, whoever they connect with, which ultimately is a disconnect within themselves, right? Being able to be real and honest with themselves about who they are and what they do, and their, you know, sense of self worth, their ability to create harmony, with relationships between people, and themselves, and feel really good about that path, that this is a part of it. So, they kind of find themselves always kind of moving forward, consistently moving forward, like always new chapters. It's just sometimes, you know, they're moving forward so fast from one thing to the next. I guess in this kind of, fear that maybe they're doing more harm than good, or maybe they're not who they want to be. Like who they think they are isn't necessarily who they want to be, or vice versa. It's it's almost like they feel like they're an angel. It's almost like they feel like they're an angel on earth, but they're in denial of it. And in a sense they are, in a sense they are, and they're not giving themselves enough credit where due, you know. Um, and they make hasty decisions to keep moving sometimes, and they might regret that. So that's the second energy um, for Gemini. So looking at these overall energies, whether this is within yourself or, with another person, we got look through the situation in friendship. Okay. There's more than meets the eye with, your experiences in general. If you're just watching this for yourself as your overall energy, or, if you're doing it with two people, um, the lesson's deeper than you think. I got the real feeling when I got these cards that the lesson is a lot deeper than you think. I got this real sense that, two very long time, soul friends, who have like kind of sworn to protect each other, um, even from themselves, that they would do whatever they had to do to help you move through your soul's journey, that they would come in and save you from yourself. If you are in a state, where you're maybe self-sabotaging, or, you're healing this energy of blaming the past, and, this fear of, your choices, and this confidence in who you are, or the energy that, within you that is good. This is about looking through the situation with this person, maybe someone that hurt you even. This is a deeply connected soul friend who would be willing to take the hard role in order for you to learn something, right? Like almost like through the looking glass. When you look back in the mirror at yourself, they're helping you see, right? They're helping you see. And it comes down to this integrity card. This is about finding your integrity, um, demonstrating the truth and honesty of your soul, manifesting love with your every action. What kind of person are you? Integrity, like what kind of person are you? This is the question being posed to Gemini, or, if you're following the Gemini in your chart, or if you're cross watching for someone else's chart. What this energy is going through, this Gemini energy is going through, is all about finding their integrity, the core of who they are, really getting in touch with that truth, really accepting, this part of themselves, really embracing this part of themselves, the angel, the pioneer, and letting go of this, child wounded slave, kind of mentality, where you feel like the world is against you, that it's always been against you, and that it continues to be a wall. It's not the case. You're your own wall. So Gemini, I hope that helps you out. I hope that helps you understand if you're a cross watcher and gives you some perspective on the different energies at play here. Okay? So, moving on to Libra. Okay, so Libra, this could be Libra sun, moon, or rising. You could be a Libra cusp. Make sure you watch your cusps and divine masculine and feminine energy. If you're following your Mars and your Venus signs. Okay, so Libra, energy number 1 and energy number 2. So they could be two different people, or they could be the duality within yourself, your divine masculine and feminine attributes, however you resonate with it. Okay, and then I have the two common energy cards between the two and an advice card. So for Libra, energy number 1. All right, energy number 1. So person or aspect within. We have child nature and gossip. Now the energy of these cards. It's suggesting to me that there's a real connection between you and the divine. You see the symbols in your environment. You understand that when certain animals cross your path, they come with a message, that there's synchronicities. You are very aware of this. Okay? And we're going to get into this with the other half of this, because a part of you is truly disconnecting from that aspect, that you are aware of this. All right, you're not necessarily taking the signs and synchronicities as they are. All right, this is these synchronicities, like, it's trying to awaken this awareness in you that you not just honor yourself, that you honor the divine in this, but that you are considering the feelings of others in your environment. Honoring and trusting your higher guiding self when it comes to other people. Because there's energy in the shadow. There's energy of abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, psychological, or social. Okay, I got that strong energy of or social when I was drawing these cards and channeling on these cards. That there was some kind of abuse in the social networking, or the social aspect of your relationship with someone. That someone was betrayed or gossiped about or slandered in some way, and it's affecting your ability to connect with them, or your ability to really get in touch with your own truth, because maybe the truth is you have to go back on the nasty things that were said, or you're dealing with someone who has to go back on nasty things they said, that was not true, and it's honoring this. Like, there's a part of it that's tied into it. Like, these communications are important because it's preventing something, right? It's causing sabotage, because we're going to get to this, and it's because it talks more about this. All right, there was a lot of talk about someone in a negative way to others that you still care about the judgment of. You still care about their opinion. Whether this person is aware of it or not, it doesn't matter. That you talked negatively about somebody, or that somebody was talking negatively about you, but they don't necessarily know that, right? Maybe they don't know that you know that. It's someone maybe allowed somebody else to say bad things about a certain someone. They allowed somebody to be trashed, in a sense, and that person really doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean? It's like abusing the things that are kind and gentle. Your intuition is telling you, your divine feminine energy is telling you, to be gentle. Be gentle in your communications, and maybe not allow that kind of slanderous talk from other people, because you never know when, you're going to cross paths with somebody, or um, want to reconnect with somebody and you can't because you haven't come to terms with the fact that, you know, there was abusive things said. Likewise, maybe you can't come to terms with the fact that, you know, you're dealing with somebody who treated you that way. All right, you know, you haven't come to terms with the fact that maybe you don't want to open up doors with someone if they were treating you like that. Okay, like the reverse could apply. So the second energies that we got Saboteur, and the Virgin and the Storyteller came out sticking together. So I took them together to get one energy for these cards. Now these cards, let's see if I can get them all here for you. Okay, these cards, um, there's an absolute fear of trusting divinity. Okay, likewise, you know, your true feelings, period. And you know, like we were saying, Libra, there's a real connection between your understanding with the universe and synchronicities. Like, you see the signs, you see them, you're getting the numbers, you're getting the pop lyrics on the radio or in a song that reminds you, or you know, certain things are triggering your memory. And you know, you're not um you're not trusting what this is telling you, or you're refusing to see what you know it's telling you, you know, like blocking it out. You're sabotaging, um sabotaging yourself, right? This is a fear of empowering themselves with their truth. um you know, the truth is, you know, you're pure at heart, you know, you're pure at heart and spirit. Know this, you know, really know this. Like, you are pure energy of love, you know, at heart and spirit. This is um your true self. You don't deserve the punishment you're putting yourself through, because this really is self-inflicted punishment. You have the ability to completely change your life with these cards, should you so choose it. You know, if you're a Libra or you're cross watching for one, you know, they have it. They have this opportunity to change their lives if they choose it. You know, but it's warning. It's warning, whether this is for you or you're a cross watcher. Um, it's warning against energies that are self-destructive, right? As, you know, allowing people being condescending to you in conversation, you know, fear, being afraid of intimate union, you know, or letting people close to you, right? Being afraid of intimate um, union with somebody, being close to somebody, and sabotaging yourself through a reversal to go back on your on unkind words, which is the storyteller, you know, making up things that are harmful to others, you know. It's not true, you know. And if that's the energy that you were in or they were in, you know, if someone was trashed in any way or allowed somebody to be trashed in any way, you know, perspectives are shifting and somebody regrets that either they said it or they didn't prevent it from being said before. You know, someone is in a state of regret here. Okay. So those are the energies surrounding Libra. Now, as the collective cards, we got learn something new and patience. Okay, learn something new and patience. And this energy I got is all about, really, like I was saying, like learning to be gentle, you know, to proceed with a softness about you, you know, whether you're dealing with yourself, you know, being gentle and kinder and softer on yourself, or with somebody else, you know, because they've been hurt, you know, or you had an experience with them that was painful, you know, for you or them. Like, this is about being soft. This is about being gentle and being very patient, because there's an aspect that's deeply wounded in this energy, you know, whether this is you or your relationship. There's a deep wound here. You know, hurt people do hurt people. So if you're watching this, that's for you to understand regardless. You know, you need to be kind to you and be kind to others, because if other people are hurting you and you're a hurt person, then you are also capable of hurting other people with your hurt. And that's important. And that's important. So be kind to yourself and others. You know, everybody is hurting, and everybody, you know, makes mistakes and has regrets, and it's coming to terms with that, not just within yourself but with others too. And that goes for the kindness card. You know, remember that you are a humanitarian, you know, by nature. You know, you're made of love, and you are able to share that energy with other people. You believe in the highest good of others. You know, you believe that everybody can change, you know, that they can find the balance within, right? Being Libra, you want to believe that everybody can change, you know, others and yourself included, you know, that you are capable of it as well. And being able to share that loving energy in a way that, um, you know, maybe other people can get out of their shadows, you know, or those cycles of hurt and you know, pain that we go through with each other. Okay, so Libra, I hope that helps you um, with your energy this week. You know, if you're cross watching for a Libra, right? Sun, moon, rising, or cusp. And of course, you know, Mars and Venus if you're following divine feminine and masculine energies in your birth chart. Okay, so moving on to Aquarius. All right, the first two cards that we got. All right, so this is, like I said, energy number one and energy number two. Aquarius, so this can be you or another person, you know, either way it resonates, or this can be your own divine masculine and feminine energies within, however they resonate. Okay, so energy one and energy two. And so the first two cards that we got um, are addict and martyr. Okay, so with these energies, addiction, first and foremost, compromises your integrity, your guiding code of inner truth, your ability to take your own best advice. Okay? This energy is releasing the pull of feeling self pity, or it's acknowledging that you're having a really hard time fighting it. Okay? You or a person that you're dealing with. All right. You know, and this person could have an actual addiction, you know, a physical addiction like a drinking problem or a substance abuse problem. But they could also be addicted to certain perspectives and behaviors, and, you know, this, you know, like I said, addiction is self-pity. It's this poor me complex that they've kind of adapted, and it works for them, and they're addicted to the pity, you know, that people give them. They might not even be realizing it. Okay, that people sympathize with them. You know, it gives them something to do, even if it's feeling bad that people pity them. You know, it's an addictive behavior. It's a self-inflicted punishment of the mind that manifests in the physical with addictions. And so this is really highlighting that. Um, this energy this energy wants to transcend this shadow, right? Because the shadow is really strong even with these two cards. And so this person really does want to recognize and confront, you know, their addictive behavior, where it comes from. So, you know, this person, even though they are dealing with an addiction, whether it's in the physical, you know, they're dealing with a substance, or, you know, if they're dealing with, you know, mental, emotional, psychological addictions in the mind, they really do want to get away from this. There's a part of them that really does want to transcend this, you know, that's pushing back and fighting against it. It's just, you know, a battle. It's just a battle right now. Okay, so that's the first energy for Aquarius. Now, the second two that we have, the second energy or second person, you know, whether it's you or somebody else, we have Samaritan and victim. Okay, so it's Samaritan and victim. The energy here, okay. A part of this energy wants to help everyone, you know, especially those who've gone through hardships, emotional hardships in their life like they have. You know, they have sympathy, they can understand, you know, they see when somebody else is hurt because they are hurt, you know, they've been hurt deeply, and so they can see that in another person, they can acknowledge that. You know, however, this energy is it's also learning that, you know, they're giving it to the wrong person, or they have given it to the wrong person. You know, when they want to help everyone, or they, you know, want everybody to be happy, and they're so giving of their energy and their time, and, you know, they put so much of themselves into it, you know, they put their heart and souls into it. um, they also get deeply hurt, you know, because they come to this realization that um, they have a real deep need to be seen and recognized as a good person. You know, they don't feel like a good person, like their addictions or their behaviors, or, you know, their negative circumstance, they don't feel like a good person. You know, why else would their life always be falling apart and going to shit? You know, this is the perspective. You know, so they feel like this need to be seen and recognized as a good person, you know, you or somebody else, you know, you want this recognition that you're good, and you lose sight of boundaries. You know, that deep need causes you to lose sight of boundaries when you're either taking in energy from other people, you know, or putting out different kinds of energy, like different needy energies. You know, like one person might need, you know, to feed off your energy, and you might need to have your energy fed off of. You know, there's addictive behaviors that are self-destructive in either way, you know, and it's allowing it to happen. And this is the kind of energy that Aquarius is, you know, dealing with. Or if you're dealing, you know, with an Aquarius, this is the kind of energy surrounding them. This is what they're going through and what they're healing, you know, or, you know, if it's really strong in their chart, there's aspects of this. You know, and like I said, it doesn't have to be, you know, substance abuse, although it's really strong with these cards, but it's definitely, no doubt, addictive behavior, you know, certain perspectives that you're holding on to that are not serving the self, you know, with the martyr and things like that. The collective cards, we got self-reflection and we got health. And you know, if I got this message really strong, you know, if you do have an addiction to alcohol or drugs, please know that this is having an effect on your physical health. Like, let these cards be your sign that it is definitely affecting your physical health. um, and, you know, even if you're not addicted to a substance, you know, if you are in patterns of pity, you know, suffering in your past and the present, um, this is a time for you to self-reflect, because, you know, wherever this is coming from, right, wherever this energy is coming from, um, your emotional, mental, psychological dis-ease, right, is manifesting in the physical body as disease. You're going to get sick, right? Or you're manifesting, you know, you're manifesting the aches and pains, like it's showing up. It's showing up. You know, maybe you're feeling lazy and you're tired, and you're not able to charge your energy, or you're not feeling motivated, or your physical body, your weight's been changing or fluctuating. Maybe you are overeating or not eating enough, you know, you're losing your appetite. So, you know, it's affecting your physical health. Okay, whatever this addiction is, whatever this cycle of thought is, it's affecting your health, or it soon will be, if you don't really get a hold of it and get it under control. Okay, you really do need to release the past. Really need to let go of the hurt associated with your past. It's time to let the hurt go. And, you know, it's time to transform now. There's no better time than now. There's no better time than now. You know, this card says, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. You know, this is time for you to truly love yourself enough to let this past that is terrible to relive go. You know, instead of burying it with wallowing in whatever way you wallow, you know, instead of burying it or drowning it or whatever it is that you do, you got to let this stuff kind of come to the surface and deal with it and let it go. You know, cast it away. And don't take it with you and let it drag like an anchor, you know, holding you back from a more beautiful future, you know, without the shadow of this. Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, you know, if that was for you or you're cross watching, I hope that helped give you some insight. If you would like some more insight with, you know, an extended reading, you can reach out to me on Facebook at Divine Rebel Readings and ask me about my new subscriptions for zodiac groups. Most YouTubers, I know they use Vimeo and charge, you know, like $4.99 for an extended reading or something like that. But with my subscriptions, you can get weekly extended readings for as little as $5 a month when you sign up before the new year. You know, plus of course you get to be interactive with me. So, and that's awesome. You get to be interactive. You know, we get to leave comments and respond and things like that. You know, in the private groups, it's a lot more fun that way. So don't miss out on it. Until next time, love each other and most importantly yourselves. Bye.